There we go. Alright, time for another video. So I started inking this guy. I was like, oh, I should probably record this. Just to see how it goes. So I finished with my current project that I was on. Comic book. It's going to be called Black Emerald. It's my first one. I'm not 100% satisfied with how the artwork came out on my end, but you gotta finish what you're doing and move on to the next one. You can get better on the next one. There we go. So I decided I'm gonna work on my own comic book. This is the book that I've been working on, my own personal idea. I decided I'm going to change the name of it. It was originally going to be called Glass, as in glass jaw, but now this is I think I'm going to be calling this Judges, on account of the main character here, Vincent. He's actually a descendant of Abraham, and the biblical Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he's actually from the bloodline of the judges of the Old Testament, Samson and whatnot, which is why he's able to have his powers and not be torn apart by them. And he's looking pretty pissed off in this picture because he just lost a fight. He's not lost a fight, but he's in a lot of trouble. The thing is, he is a boxer, amateur boxer, trying to become professional, and he was told by the mafia guy in town that he needs to throw this fight, and it seems like every time that he gets to the point where he's getting good enough to become a serious contender, he gets ordered to throw the fight, and he had enough, and he did not throw the fight. And he beat the tar out of his opponent, much to the worry of his uncle / manager here. So they're going to have to deal with the fallout of what's going to be happening. Because that's not something that you can just do and walk away from. So, but one thing I'm excited about with this picture is that this is actually because he is in the locker room, and he's actually in a school. It's a multi-purpose room that they're using as a locker room because they're, low budget amateur bouts, and it's real harsh lighting. So this is my opportunity to really do some heavy shadows, which I haven't really had the opportunity to do yet in this book. And I am a very big fan of heavy shadows. I love heavy shadows, and I just wanted you guys to see how I do my heavy shadows. This is the part that scares a lot of people because they take so long setting up their drawing. They meticulously outline and create the structure for the entire face, and then they get scared because you have to draw over your own work, and it's not fun because it's a lot of work that you're just covering with black, and it's worrisome. But for me, I like doing this because I think the blacks make the whole picture just pop. I have a real difficult time with comic books that look so busy you have a hard time telling what's going on panel to panel. And one of the things that I'm striving for in my book here is clarity of story. I want the story to be understood from across the room. I don't want to have to explain with bubbles or thought bubbles or narration exactly what's going on. It should be in my opinion, very obvious what's going on, this being a visual medium, just from looking at the picture what's going on. Dialogue is important to show specifically what's happening at this point in time. But you should get the general overall gist of what's happening just from looking at the picture. So it's why I picked this pose of very close up on him, looking to the side, looking angry, frustrated. Whatever he's talking about, he's not willing to listen, and I think that shows on his face. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And yeah, I love his eyebrows. I decided to give him super thick eyebrows. I was actually originally I had the idea for him as being sort of like a James Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life, just a Hispanic James Stewart, real wholesome, nice guy looking. But I was at a party with it was a kids party. Me and my wife went. I took my daughter, and I was talking to one of the other moms there, and one of their kids is in the Police Explorer program, and they were referencing this officer that was a teacher there as Officer Hottie, and I saw a picture of him, and he had the real big thick eyebrows, the big jaw and all that stuff, and I thought, you know what? My main character, I want him to be as attractive to as many people as possible, so why not just essentially copy what the look of this guy was, this Officer Hottie they called him. So that's what I'm doing here. So I think this is going to work out better. And, like I said, I don't take too much time laying out the outline for the darks, because I can always go over things. I can always white out things. I don't need to spend too much time on it. You spend your time refining the picture. You don't spend your time worrying over the details. It never helps nobody. There we go. I like that better. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm working on this because I'm kind of in the talks right now of starting a new project with some of the other community members in Comicsgate. I don't want to say who just yet, but there's a couple of people whose ideals and the way they present themselves is really admirable, and they obviously give a lot of thought into what they do and how they create and what they create. And as an artist, you really don't want to saddle yourself up with somebody that it doesn't seem like they're giving their all. If it seems like they're not giving 100%, they're probably not. And you don't want to be a cheap date. You don't want to get mixed up with somebody who doesn't care about this craft, doesn't care, and doesn't give you as the artist the respect that you deserve. I had seen some video where they were talking about one of Gail Simone's panels, and you could tell like the art was good, and this poor guy, this artist, was drawing this detailed and dynamic scene only to be lettered and scripted by Gail to be the most ridiculous dialogue that it's just complete nonsense. And it's you don't want to be a cheap date. You don't want to be bought Burger King and banged in the back seat and take the walk of shame home. You want somebody who's going to appreciate your artwork, somebody who can think about this book as much as you do. as much as it deserves to be thought about, because every book can be an epic story, and why shouldn't it be? It's your idea, it's your hard work. You should make it as epic as possible. Your story should be remembered, and odds are it won't be, but that does not mean that you should not try. You should always try to make something special, and as special as it can be. That's just my 2 cents. So I'm gonna get to inking here, and I hope you guys are doing well. Don't forget to leave any comments if you have any questions, suggestions for future videos, anything you want explained, anything on your mind. I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to you later.